Hello guys, got another little video for you. This time I thought I'd do a little review, I suppose, on this meter, a Dozy test center. I got to replace the light bulb in it, but I said what the heck, I'm going to do this little tiny video on it, I suppose, on light bulb, as well as a quick review, I suppose, of the meter. Do a video, I guess, inside and out. So if you're interested in seeing what makes this Dozy test center tick, stay tuned. Alright guys, this is a Dozy test center. Basically you got an antenna selector, horizontal antenna, vertical antenna. You got both horizontal or vertical, and auxiliary. RMS peak, your power meter up to 4,000 watts. Like, wow. You got your modulation. You set your modulation here, and when you set it, basically how you would set an SWR meter, and then you select it to modulation. Again, for your power, it's 2,000 watts, 4,000 watts, and then you have your AM SSB. I guess basically all they're doing there, I would assume, is putting a cap in there, electrolytic capacitor. Put a pair of headphones on if you want to listen to your own modulation. Your on-off switch here to turn the light on or off. You got your power selection here, 20 watts, 200 watts, 2 to 4,000 watts. Your SWR set, SWR and modulation. And a humongous dandy meter. Got it like that. And on the back of this meter boasts a few connectors. Of course, your power for your light. You got your antenna input, or I should say your radio input, and on the other side you have your antennas, vertical antenna, horizontal, auxiliary, or a combination of two of these, which is interesting. Not a whole lot to her. She's pretty self-explanatory. And she was built in the United States on November 18th, 2016. So there you have it. So I got the cover removed here. So let's have a look-see on the inside of the Dozy test center. And there we have it. You have a pile of wire right here. Not exactly sure. That's awfully long. I think they could have shortened them wires up. Oh well, what do you do? So yeah. And your solder connections here. You got like extra wire bundled up here and over there. Not exactly sure what that's all about. It said the lights don't light up anymore. I think I found a problem there. That resistor R1 is destroyed. Burned up. I think it's R1, or was it R1 or R17? R17, there you go. R17. Yeah, she's as you can see, she's quite crispy. And that's not a good thing, because that goes into this chip. Interesting. Why would the resistor burn up? Do. Too much voltage, too much current. Yeah, so you set your modulation. 4,000 watts, 2,000, 220. Let's reverse it. Meter lamp. Some sort of modification, I guess, done at the factory. They removed R15 and ran the wire from R15 from here all the way over to the to this switch here. Some sort of a change that they did. Somewhere along the way. That's the back side of where that resistor was. Looks like I'm going to have to download a manual and hopefully get a schematic for this beast, because I'm going to find out what value resistor is supposed to be there. There's not enough left of it to know. Alright, let's see if I can download a manual. Alright guys, so I take the front panel, or I should say the front plate, off the meter, because behind this plate they had clear tape holding the bulb flush to the front panel here. So anyways, after that, the bulbs are little tiny grain of wheat bulbs. Little small things. So what I've done, since I got a pretty big stockpile of these type bulbs, 12 volt bulbs, I use these. Normally they're plug-in or automotive 12 volt bulbs. Only problem with these is trying to solder to tungsten. I guess this is tungsten, these pins. I know that inside there is probably tungsten. I'm not sure about these, but the pins are made out of, but trying to solder to that is like, there you go, impossible. So what I had to do with this one, I put a, basically what I've done, I put a hook in the leads of the light bulb, and then I put a hook in the lead from the wire, like a fishing hook. One goes like that direction, the other one goes this direction. Then I crimp together this one right tight, and then the pin here right tight, and then solder it all together. And after that, seal it with heat shrink, which is what I've got done here. So now I gotta do the same thing with this side. But this bulb do work, as you can see. And of course this one don't, because the wire's off. But yeah, so let's I'm going to get this bulb here ready now. I'll put the hooks in these and I'll show you what I mean right now. See how they're straight? Yeah, see how easy that comes off. So basically what I'm going to do, put hooks in each of these leads and 2 hooks in them wires. So I'll show you now momentarily what I mean by the hook thing. So here's the bulb. And there's the hooks. Hook on each side. So basically what I got to do now is do the same thing with these 2 wires, and then crimp them together as tight as I can possibly put them, and then put a smack of solder on each one of these leads and hope it holds for a while. But trying to solder to these leads is like slim to nothing. But silver solder you might have a chance, but regular lead solder is just, it's not going to work. Or electronic solder, it's almost impossible to solder to these leads. Anyways, when I'm done, it's going to look like this. So stand by. I'm sure well you can see them, but I have a hook here And I have the little hook right there. So now basically I'm going to hook these two onto the bulb here. Two of these will go together. Hard to do it now, but like that. Then I'm going to crimp them together. And put a dab of solder on it. And way to go. And that should hold. Hopefully. Alright, so there's the connection point. Hard to see it, but she's crimped on. So now I'm just going to put some heat shrink on that, and then I'll do the other wire. Alright, so there's the bulbs. Right there, as you can see. Taped down with original tapage. So now what I gotta do is put the cover back over the meter, and then secure the meter again, because of course the meter had to be loosened off in order to be able to get at these bulbs properly. So anyways, let's get the cover put back on and reattach the meter to the faceplate and see what she looks like. Guys, got her all put back together here. And turn on the light. She lights up. So I guess first thing you want to see, I suppose, I guess you guys wants to see her in the dark. Alright, well I'm going to turn off the lights here, and you'll see her all lit up. Ready? Here you go. She may go blurry for a minute, but she should reset herself. Stand by. There we go. Don't that look pretty? Switch right there. Turn off. Turn on. Turn off. Turn on. Don't that look awesome? I think it looks awesome. Anyways, let's put her right back together here now. And there you have it.